Invite Sri K. N. Balagopal, Honorable Finance Minister of Kerala, to deliver the presidential address. Sir, please.
Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Telangana Sri Bhatti Vikramarka Malluji, Honorable Finance Minister of Tamil Nadu Thiru Tangam Tannarasuji, Honorable Finance Minister of Punjab Sri Harpal Singh Chimaji, Honorable Revenue Minister from Karnataka Sri Krishna Baira Gowdaji, Honorable Leader of Opposition Sri V.D. Sadishan, Chief Secretary Srimati Sharada Muralidharan, Sri Keshavendra Kumar, Finance Expenditure Secretary, Secretaries from different states, distinguished guests, delegates, officers and friends. First of all, I extend my heartfelt gratitude for your valuable time to participate in this great event. There are two main reasons why we thought of convening this conclave. The first objective is to draw the attention of the nation to the worsening imbalances in the fiscal system of the country. We are all aware of the existence of vertical and horizontal imbalances in the fiscal architecture of India. They have been worsening over time, and it has reached its worst phase with the recommendations of the 15th Finance Commission. The system of cooperative federalism in the country is in bad crisis now. Kerala is one of the worst suffering states in the country, but Kerala is not alone. Almost all states, regardless of the political party in power, are suffering from hitherto unprecedented fiscal squeeze. The state governments are struggling to fulfill their responsibilities to the people, especially to the most deprived sections of the society. We have taken the issue to the highest court of India. We have tried to raise these issues in the parliament with the help of honorable members from the state. We organized a public meeting in Delhi which received overwhelming support from all quarters. This conclave is a continuation of such efforts we have undertaken earlier. I am sure that other state governments in this country are also planning to take up similar initiatives. We are all committed to improve the efficiency of the fiscal system in the country so that the states are strengthened to fulfill their constitutional responsibilities. In fact, strengthening the states is the only way to fiscally empower India. The second objective of this conclave is to have broad-based consultation on the states' memorandum to be submitted to the 16th Finance Commission. We have many distinguished guests assembled here, including honorable ministers, renowned academicians, and senior bureaucrats. As hosts, our responsibility is mainly to listen and to note down the valuable suggestions. Therefore, I am not making a detailed presentation except flagging of one or two important points. Let me first make a point regarding the vertical imbalances in the system. As observed by the 15th Finance Commission, the state in India accounts for nearly 62% of the total public expenditure in the country, while their revenue entitlement is only about 37%. But what happened since then? The vertical imbalance has worsened further. The union government is cutting down the size of the divisible pool in various ways. It mobilizes revenue through sources which are not divisible, such as cess and surcharges, disinvestment, monetization of public assets, RBI profits, etc. Although the states are provided with 41% of the total divisible pool, what actually the states received is only around 30% due to the rising share of cess and surcharges. The following developments are worth mentioning here. 1. The abolition of Planning Commission. 2. The enactment of FRBM Act, which the Union has been able to adhere to only in 1 year since 2003, yet imposed on the states. 3. Above all, the introduction of GST in the country. 4. And the center's approach of late towards off-budget borrowing. These are important landmarks that systematically deprive the fiscal autonomy of the states in India. There is another unwelcoming trend that needs to be urgently reversed. The share of FC grants, which are unconditional in the total grants received by the state, declined from 31.2% to in 2009-10 to 17.4% in 2023-24. Needless to say, there has been a corresponding rise in the share of conditional grants, increasing from 68.2% to 82.6% during this period. The overall development and welfare of the people essentially depend on the extent to which subnational entities, which are closer to the people, are enabled to provide the essential public goods. In India, fiscal federalism is increasingly becoming inimical to the above perspective. The fiscal federal relations in our country are being transformed from cooperative federalism to subordinated federalism or coercive federalism. In such centralization of fiscal power that forced Kerala to approach the Honorable Supreme Court to uphold the safeguards, the basic fiscal privileges of the state enshrined in our Constitution. The TORs of the 16th Finance Commission are well within the constitutional framework. Having set the constitutional context, the 16th Finance Commission shall make its recommendations in the consultation with states by duly considering the contextual aspects. At the same time, we need to reckon with the fact that the institutions are expected to evolve and change in accordance with the changing needs of the time and the economic imperatives. When Finance Commission as an institution was established in our country in 1951, the prime concern was to facilitate equitable development of states by ensuring the provision of basic public good. The states were having very limited capacity. However, over time, there are numerous instances in this country where in the program, the policies initiated by the states have been accepted as national agenda. This is truly an indication of the capability that the states have built up over time. Yet, what we observe is the increasing intrusion of the union into many of the areas where the states have comparative advantage. The need of the hour is to recognize the role of the state governments in addressing major development challenges, their participation in nation building and reducing the growing vertical imbalance. So we need to ensure that given the increasing role of the state in the country, the share of states in the individual pool should be at least 50%. Also, we need to ensure that ceiling is placed on the share of cess and surcharges to a maximum level of 5 to 10%. At the time of independence, Kerala was one of the backward states in the country with a per capita income lower than the national average. The story of development of the state since then is well known to be explained here. Achievements of Kerala model of development are widely known as and discussed. Kerala holds first rank in HDI SDG index and has life expectancy and IMR comparable even to the US. The state's focus on human capital implied considerable revenue expenditure for the state, but it did contribute much in terms of tax revenue. But our investment in human capital has helped the cause of nation building in a big way. Our migrant workers have contributed significantly to the foreign exchange earning of the nation. Kerala is also doing quite well and better than national average in economic growth as well as per capita income. Unfortunately, Kerala's gains have become a big liability for the state exchequer. Performance should not be taken as a negative aspect for dividing the divisible pool. Kerala is being penalized for its achievements. I have already mentioned about the reduction in the size of the divisible pool. That is about size of the cake is to be distributed. What about the distribution of the divisible pool among states? The fiscal equalization strategy followed by the country has turned out to be inimical to the state. Kerala's share in the divisible pool has declined drastically over the years. Kerala recorded the highest decline in her share from about 3.8% during the 10th Finance Commission to 1.9% during the 15th Finance Commission. The loss expressed in absolute numbers will be too huge and sensational, but this was the experience of many states, especially the southern states. In the future, we need to have a strategy of rewarding performance while handholding the laggards. When it comes to horizontal devolution, there are serious limitations in the existing criteria. For example, 45% of the total devolution is based on income criteria. Higher income states receiving lower share, presuming that they have the higher tax revenue potential for providing basic minimum public goods. However, studies have shown that there has been a steady decline in the tax base of high income states. They are confronted with the double whammy. While the tax base declined, their share in the divisible pool also declined. It is high time to revisit the income criterion, to say the least. There are also serious issues with the use of area, which assumes that states with a larger area have a disadvantage in providing public services. However, it needs to be noted that small states are also forced to incur high cost for providing public services. For example, the cost of construction of a kilometer of highway in Kerala is as high as rupees 100 crore when compared to the national average of rupees 30 crore. This makes the case for considering density of population along with the area of the state concerned. There are many such issues to be discussed. Our distinguished guests will have a lot to say on these issues. We are looking forward to your presentations. We sincerely hope that the 16th Finance recommendations will be able to address the concern of the nation and help build genuine cooperative federalism in the country. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We will now proceed to the inaugural ceremony.